All right, team, hey, we just got wrapped up here doing a tour of COTA. And for those of you that don't know what that is or hasn't watched Drive to Survive, Circuit of the Americas, the home of the US Grand Prix F1. Why we're here, you might be asking? Simple. We're doing a Leader 1 course recon. And so our team, before we do anything out there, before we decide to throw a course on or book a new venue, we want to make sure it's right. So go out here, walk the entire land. We actually went beforehand, checked out the epic activity we're going to do afterwards, which is some high-speed karting here right on the course, or right next to the course, I should say, right outside. And I keep pointing this way just because it's staring right in front of me right there with just the 40 cars that are ready to get fast and boogieing out. But we're also right here at the beginning part. It's kind of where we're standing right now. And upstairs will be one of the main grandstand suites overlooking the F1 paddock, or what we call pit lane. And so just a really cool backdrop. And so what we did, we just walked the area, made sure the spacing made sense for these leaders that are going to be in there learning how to be better versions of themselves. And so one of the things we also did as a team was just figured out, one of the big things that a lot of times as you go through these events, you got to take breaks. And what I believe and what we believe is that when you're taking breaks, where are you going to go out there to basically breathe where you learned, right? It's just like good wine. Are you letting it breathe after you've kind of harnessed all that stuff and bottled up that new knowledge? So we got some really cool break areas overlooking the main straightaway there. And we actually had cars racing today, which is just epic. It's the vintage race cars. So loud as all heck, but really cool to watch. And so you got right immediately outside this kind of bigger balcony. You got some places to take a break. But we also like that you can go straight downstairs and actually sit there in the main grandstands and actually feel like you're there at the F1 race, which for some of you, that's probably the most economical way to do this thing, because when it does become race day here in Austin in October, it's a small mortgage to get into some of these seats. And so it's really nice to just be able to have folks experience. And it looks like on some of the days that we have this Leader 1 course that we're booking out here, they'll actually have what we call track days where people will be racing their performance Lamborghinis all the way to their GT3s. And so really cool backdrop to see it. So we're super stoked. The team and I just had a great time just kind of walking the beat here. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get on carts today, but I think we will probably do our own personal team building exercise at some point. The other awesome part about being in an environment like this, as you're learning from your peers, is that you're going to be able to build reference points. And these reference points we're talking about are predicated in the fact that as you're sitting here and learning, okay, cool, these are the tools on how I become a better leader. These are the ways in which I can kind of understand how I need to do these things. There's a constant reminder in the backdrop here at this F1 track. This is kind of a high stakes environment, right? A lot of things can happen if you aren't measured, thinking about things, mitigating risk, and understanding how to do that confidently and calmly. And so what we're hoping to be able to do is, in addition to teaching you those tools, you have this really great backdrop to remind you, okay, cool, hey, high stakes environment, I am a leader that's either getting paid or not paid or wherever you are in your journey to lead people calmly and confidently when things maybe go awry. Because leadership is not about when things go well. It's about when things are rocky and how you maintain that shit moving forward. So high stakes environment for high stakes people, it's gonna be epic. All right, team, we are in the, I guess we call the main grandstand suite area, foyer as they call it. COTA symbol, which is great. We're about to go head upstairs to go check out where we're gonna host our Leader 1 course. But check this out, come here real quick. They got these epic pictures, first of all these like victories and different things. For all you F1 fans out there, I mean, this is Drive to Survive in the flesh. Well, this is a photo, but if a photo is close to being flesh, this is what it would look like. But check this out, this is the track, iconic. Here's the coolest part. We were just talking about this earlier, like where is the best place to be on the track? My opinion, turn 12 and turn 13. Comes off this main straightaway, fast. I'm talking about almost 200 miles an hour. And then they are fighting to get into this S-turn, which is just epic. And so all the overtakes, some of the crashes, and a lot of the other things happen right there at turn 12. So don't get me wrong, it's kind of neat to be able to see other parts of the track, but if you had to pick one place to be in COTA for race day, turn 12. No doubt about it. Get yourself on turn 12. All right, let's go upstairs. I'm surprised they're letting us up here.
I don't know that they're letting, it's because they're not stopping.
Yeah, not stop. So here's the deal.
It's more awkward to stop us.
We're doing our own little private tour here. COTA is an open place. They let us do what we need to do. You ever notice how the less floors there are, the longer it takes to get to the floor? But if there's 40 floors, you're there in like 5 seconds. All right, check it out. Okay. So these are the different suites. And where we're going to be is here for leader 1. This is the suites we're going to be in. We're going to check it out here pretty soon. This is where we're going to have like breaks and food and coffee and all the other kinds of things that come along with. So it's going to be great, kind of a good place to get some sunlight, vitamin D, and then be able to come into where the learning and the agoge happens. Check it out. So epic spot. This here is where home of leader 1 is going to be, at least for the foreseeable future. Now we're going to rearrange a couple things in here and make sure that it's like legit. But the way it's actually already broken up is that 25, 30 folks are going to be in here. These are leaders that we're doing. Leader 1, by the way, we're going to get into that. But leader 1 is where you want to be if you're getting into people management, you're already managing people, you're trying to figure out, okay, I've been a really great IC, individual contributor for years and years and years, or I've been a founder and now my team is 10, 3, whatever it is. I don't know how to manage people now. Or I want to better manage people because I know that's the path to growth. This is the course for you. This is like foundations, right? This is like the basic karate to get you to be epic around people. And so we have this thing, it's intimate. As you notice, the way this place looks is not like a lecture hall because that's what we don't want it to be. Can you hear that? Sound of race cars in the backdrop. You got these epic spots that you can sit down, get to understand and learn your team, and then really be able to then have this kind of classroom setting where you're really just kind of getting to feel the energy. And then this is the outdoor spot here that we've talked about where people can kind of come out, take a break, and enjoy where they're at. Here, let's get out here real quick to show everybody kind of what it looks like. Plus, I think they got a few cars here in the coming into pit lane. Looks like a Mazda series. Check it out. Look at these things. Who says you don't have, look at these cars, man. Who says you don't, like, you don't even need to have a Ferrari to race this track? So yeah, so this is, oh, can you get that also, the skyline of Austin there? I don't know if it's showing up or not. But super cool. So we'll come back in here, but this is a place to take a break, just catch some fresh air. You've got all the learnings coming through your mind. Then you get to come back in, visualize winning a Grand Prix right there at the winner's circle, and then get yourself back in here for some more education. So let's get back in where it's a little quieter. But the whole idea behind why we're here at this venue is that in order to inspire you to be kind of the best version of yourself, in order to inspire you to be just an epic leader, you got to be in an environment that provokes it. Nothing wrong, again, with a lecture hall, but the reality of it is that you got to be able to see yourself in an environment that provokes something more out of you than the normal thing. In Austin, we don't have mountains. Otherwise, we'd be hiking them right now. So what we have here is this epic track, world class. People from all over the world come here to go celebrate high performance, and so do we. So looking forward to this next course that's coming up here in Leader 1. Perfect spot.